Welcome to my YouTube channel. What happens when the most unpredictable, fourth wall-breaking mercenary in Marvel history faces off against one of the deadliest, most unkillable mutants ever created? That's right, Deadpool vs. Wolverine. Two characters with insane healing factors, brutal fighting styles, and fan bases that would go to war to defend them. But today, we're settling the debate once and for all. Who is truly the strongest? Stick with me, because in this deep dive, we'll review the movie, break down their powers, explore comic book battles, fan theories, and even what Marvel Studios is secretly planning with these two icons. But first, I want you to get involved. Before I even give you the breakdown, drop a comment right now. Who do you think wins, Deadpool or Wolverine? I'll be checking the comments to see whose side you're on. All right, let's dive in. Now let's talk about the movie itself. Deadpool vs. Wolverine. First impressions, absolutely wild. This isn't just another Marvel movie, it's chaos wrapped in claws and sarcasm. Ryan Reynolds continues to own the Deadpool role. His comedic timing, the constant fourth wall breaks, the outrageous violence, it's everything fans wanted. On the other side, Hugh Jackman returning as Wolverine, pure fan service, but also he brings weight and raw intensity that balances Deadpool's craziness perfectly. The tone of the film is fascinating too. It's brutal, bloody, and funny, all at the same time. It doesn't shy away from R-rated carnage, which honestly is the best way to honor both of these characters. From a storytelling standpoint, the pacing was solid. The movie gives us moments to breathe between fight sequences, but when the action starts, it does not let up. Audience reception has been insane. Box office numbers are through the roof, critics are praising the chemistry, and fans are already arguing online about who actually came out on top. And that's exactly what makes this debate so juicy. But here's where it gets interesting. Throughout the film, there are subtle hints, lines of dialogue, moments in battle, that suggest Marvel wants us to lean toward one particular winner. And I'm going to break that down for you right after we go through the key scenes. Okay, so let's break down some of the movie's biggest moments. First major fight scene. Deadpool barges in guns blazing, dual katanas, grenades, and non-stop wisecracks. He's fast, unpredictable, and the kind of fighter who turns chaos into an advantage. Wolverine, on the other hand, is calculated at first. He studies Deadpool, measures his attacks, and when he finally unleashes, oh man, the claws come out with that raw animal ferocity fans love. One scene that stood out for me? The rooftop battle where Deadpool mocks Wolverine mid-fight, distracting him, only to stab him with his own claws. Classic Deadpool move, chaotic and hilarious, but also shows just how reckless he is. Later, we get the opposite. Wolverine in full berserker mode. And this is the Wolverine fans have been begging to see for years. The growls, the blood, the sheer force, he becomes a tank of unstoppable rage. Deadpool tries to outmaneuver him with explosives, but Wolverine just keeps coming. Now here's the clever part. The film keeps balancing their victories. Deadpool gets a few upper hands thanks to creativity and unpredictability, while Wolverine dominates when it comes to raw, physical, hand-to-hand brutality. And then there's the dialogue. Pay close attention. Deadpool himself jokes, "I can't kill you, Logan. Believe me, I've tried." And Wolverine growls back, "You're not the first to try, bub." Those little exchanges are Marvel's way of saying, this fight isn't black and white. But before we crown a winner, we have to dig into the details of their powers. Deadpool versus Wolverine. Who is the strongest? All right, let's break down Deadpool. First, the obvious, Deadpool's healing factor. Now, Wolverine has one too, but Deadpool's is on another level. In the comics, he's regenerated entire limbs, come back from being decapitated, and even reassembled himself from pieces. The man is literally unkillable. But it's not just about surviving, it's about stamina. Deadpool can keep fighting long after most characters would have dropped. That makes him dangerous because he simply doesn't stop. Next, his combat skills. A lot of people underestimate Deadpool because of his jokes and clownish behavior. But under the mask, he's a world-class assassin trained in martial arts, marksmanship, and swordplay. He's unpredictable, switching from goofy to lethal in a split second. That's a nightmare for a straightforward fighter like Wolverine. Then there's the wildcard ability, fourth wall breaking. Now in the movies, it's used for comedy. But in theory, this ability means Deadpool is aware of the story, the audience, and the meta rules of his universe. If Marvel wanted, they could make that a literal superpower. Imagine fighting someone who knows they're in a movie while you don't. That's scary. But Deadpool isn't flawless. His biggest weakness? Mental instability. He's reckless, cocky, and often sabotages himself by joking when he should be fighting. He's not always strategic. Sometimes he survives just because of luck and his healing factor. So yes, Deadpool is insanely strong. But now let's flip the claws around and see what makes Wolverine equally terrifying. Now Wolverine. Logan is a walking weapon. His skeleton is bonded with adamantium, one of the toughest metals in the Marvel Universe. That alone makes him nearly indestructible. Every punch hits harder, every slash cuts deeper. Deadpool's katanas can't even compare to adamantium claws that can slice through anything. Then there's his healing factor. True, Deadpool's might be stronger in terms of raw regeneration, but Wolverine's is no joke. He's survived gunshots, explosions, and even nuclear blasts. And the key difference? Wolverine's healing factor is tied to his rage. The angrier he gets, the harder he fights, the faster he recovers. That's berserker mode, and it's terrifying. Wolverine also has something Deadpool lacks: discipline. Logan's not just a brawler. He's a trained soldier, samurai, and assassin. He's fought in wars, trained under masters, and spent decades refining his skills. Where Deadpool thrives in chaos, Wolverine thrives in precision and survival instincts. But yes, Wolverine does have weaknesses. He can be emotionally manipulated, haunted by his past, his losses, his trauma. And while he heals, his pain is real. Unlike Deadpool, who shrugs it off with a joke, Wolverine actually feels every stab, every bullet, every burn. So when it comes to pure durability, Wolverine is the tank. When it comes to unpredictability, Deadpool takes that crown. But the real fun is seeing how fans debate this matchup. Let's jump into some theories and fan debates, because the internet is on fire with this matchup. In the comics, Deadpool and Wolverine have fought multiple times. Sometimes Wolverine wins, sometimes Deadpool wins. It really depends on the writer and the context. One famous fight shows Wolverine slicing Deadpool to pieces, only for Deadpool to come back later and joke about it. Another has Deadpool outsmarting Wolverine by distracting him long enough to land critical hits. So, it's always back and forth. Now let's explore a few what-if scenarios. No weapons fight, just fists. In this case, Wolverine's strength and combat discipline would likely overpower Deadpool. Deadpool is quick, but Wolverine is stronger. Full berserker Wolverine. If Logan completely loses it, he becomes an unstoppable animal. Deadpool might land hits, but Wolverine wouldn't stop until Deadpool is in pieces. Deadpool unrestricted fourth wall powers. This is where things get crazy. If Deadpool actually uses his meta-awareness as a weapon, he could theoretically win against anyone, including Wolverine, because he could just rewrite the rules. But Marvel usually tones this down to keep him balanced, so the fan base is divided. Half say Wolverine wins because he's the better fighter with adamantium claws. The other half say Deadpool's immortality and unpredictability give him the edge. And honestly, both sides have solid arguments. Now let's step outside the fight for a moment and look at the industry side. Why did Marvel even bring Deadpool and Wolverine together in the first place? First, Hugh Jackman's return. After Logan, everyone thought that was his farewell, but Ryan Reynolds convinced him to come back, and Marvel saw the perfect opportunity to merge Fox's X-Men with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Second, Ryan Reynolds' influence. He's not just the star, he's also a producer. He's been pushing for this crossover for years because he knows fans wanted it. Third, future setup. This movie isn't just for fun, it's paving the way for the X-Men's introduction into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, MCU, and potentially even Secret Wars. Deadpool and Wolverine are fan magnets, and putting them together guarantees box office dominance. So from a studio perspective, it's less about who's strongest and more about giving fans the clash they've dreamed of for over a decade. But Marvel is smart. They keep the answer ambiguous. so fans keep debating. So, who is truly the strongest? If we're talking pure physical strength, discipline, and lethality, I have to give it to Wolverine. He's the better fighter, the tougher warrior, and the one who can shred Deadpool into pieces. But if we're talking about immortality, unpredictability, and the sheer ability to keep coming back no matter what, Deadpool takes it. My personal verdict? Deadpool has the edge in survivability, but Wolverine wins in a straight-up fight. It's not about who can live longer. It's about who can end the fight first. And Logan has proven time and time again, when he goes full berserker, nobody walks away. But hey, that's my take. Now it's your turn. Comment below right now, Deadpool or Wolverine, who do you think is stronger? And why? I'll be pinning the best arguments. If you enjoyed this breakdown, hit that like button, smash subscribe, and ring the bell so you don't miss my next deep dive. Up next, I'll be exploring how this movie secretly sets up Marvel's Secret Wars. Trust me, you don't want to miss that one. Until next time, bub, stay sharp.